Welcome to another episode of Toolbar Tools with Mr. Herd. Is it another episode? I don't know. I think that's the first time I've said another episode. Maybe it's the first one. I don't care. Let's talk about toolbar tools and aligning text. A couple more things. Could be a couple, could be one. I don't know. Whatever it's going to be, we're going to end up talking about different stuff today. It might be one thing, could be, you never know what you're going to get. But you all know that because it's me. We're going to look at aligning text today. Aligning text to the left, to the right, to the center, and justify. And that was fun just for a second. When we align text, we're going to take the text that we have, all right? And I'm just going to make some text really fast, lightning style. There we go, okay. And this is Russian. No, actually it's not, because it has vowels. I'm just kidding. So, okay, that's not a thing. And so this is not actually a language, unless I just made that up, but now it's two words. It has a space. It's very early. Okay, so, I'm going to take this text, and right now, by default, that means that it's already like this already. You can see that it is aligned to the left, I'm very sorry. It's early. And so I'm taking a sip of coffee right now. That's done. And so automatically it comes in default aligned to the left. I can shift the text on the page automatically by clicking aligning to the center, aligning to the right, or I can justify the text. And just to show you really quickly, while you're working in a Google Doc or if you're working in Microsoft Word, you can align the text by selecting the text that you want to move on the page. I can center it, or I can align it to the right, and I can continue to type and it will stay aligned to either side of the page. Well, you might wonder, yo, Mr. Herd, how does it know where to actually align to as I continue to type? Well, that's a great question, sir, or miss, or ma'am. As I start to type, you can see wherever the margin is, this indentation and where this margin is, that's where the text is going to come from, where I tell it to align to. So if I'm aligned to the left, as I type, all right, I'm going to kind of backspace and delete. You can see that as I type and the keys come in, the text is going to, if it's aligned to the left, see here, if the text comes in from the left margin this side. So if I select this text, I just double click on the text to select all of the line, and I align to the right, and I get rid of that, and I'm stay aligned to the right, and I start to type text. All right, you can see that it comes from this side over here. Very cool. And if I get rid of the text and I want to align from the center, it takes both of these margins, puts the cursor in the center of the page, and starts to just, everything comes out from the center and keeps everything centered on the page. Now, the special one is called justify. So what that does is it takes all of my text, and let me just put a bunch of text here, and I want to show you how this works. So I'm just going to hold down one key, and that I got really bored with that one. And let's do some more. Because sometimes our words, we need some kind of words here. I'm gonna go actually grab some text from a page. There we go. You can see that this text, I have it aligned centered. I can move it left and see how the margin stays here on the left hand side, so it's straight. I can align it to the right, and then this all aligns to the right. So this looks like everything lines up here on the right. Now and you can see it's jagged over on the left-hand side. If I align it left, it's jagged on the right-hand side. When I click justify, now this is used in publishing. It's going to, like magazines and newspaper publishing, when I click justify, it's going to make everything on the left and everything on the right line up. What that does, it makes it look really pretty, so it looks like a column on the left-hand side and the right-hand side. But the thing that gets sacrificed, though, in the middle, it takes all, you can see all the space right here in between the letters and the words. It stretches everything out in here. So if we were to look really closely, the spaces between the words and the letters sometimes gets stretched out differently. And sometimes it's really hard to tell, but then sometimes it actually kind of can start to look kind of funny. if I had a line that only had 2 words on it, you would definitely see there is a huge space between those words because it's trying to justify that text and to keep everything lined up on the left-hand side and everything lined up on the right-hand side, so we had this nice column look. But when we're working in our documents, we're going to keep everything either lined to the left or lined to the right. And sometimes when we are aligning things for a title, you might align that. You'll see when you're working in your document, you might align things actually to the center for a title. Or maybe you're taking a table and you're aligning it to the center of the page because you want a table to be right in the middle of the page. And there you have it, folks. Write down the left align, center align, and the right align. And of course, if we're ever working in some kind of print publishing, you could always use a Justify to make things in a nice, pretty looking column. See you next time for Toolbar Tools with Mr. Aherd. See ya.